Forest Service during 1979 and to the Karnataka Administrative Service during 1980. Currently, he is the Managing Director of the Hatti Gold Mines Corporation Limited and Managing Director of Karnataka State Biofuel Development Board. Besides holding various other important positions in the government of Karnataka, he has also served as a registrar of Mysore University. I request Sri A.K. Monappa to release SPP Biofuel Compendium and the Department of Social Innovation and Engineering brochure of Sahyadri College of Engineering and Management. Sri A.K. Monappa to address the gathering.
I was the registrar of the Mysore University about a quarter century ago, and we used to always wonder why there is no lab to land, laboratory to land projects. Like whatever you do, sitting in your colleges or in your labs, it should be applied aspects, it should be beneficial, like what Professor Maheshappa was saying, it should be beneficial to the society at large, of which you are a part. So I think the universities and colleges have started coming out of their ivory towers, as it were. So it is very heartening to note that such kinds of student projects, seminars, we are in the 38th series. I especially congratulate the Karnataka Council for Science and Technology for organizing such series for the last 38 years. And we feel proud as MD of the Karnataka State Biofuel Development Board, we are proud to be partners where we support the biofuel projects taken up by the various students and guides, whether it's an MTech program, MSc, BE, MBA, all these programs are covered with a little funding. The Biofuel Board also is contributing to the entrepreneurial. I think both the speakers before me were highlighting the importance of entrepreneurship. I think that is the key word, because everybody is trying to get employed through some other companies or public sector unit or government departments. But how about being enterprising yourself? Coming to biofuel straight away, let me keep a few facts before you. Why are we talking of biofuels? When we talk of biofuels, we're talking of liquid fuels for our automobiles. And we are now relying totally on fossil fuels, diesel, petrol, LPG. And I don't know if you know, in the next few decades, the fossil fuels are going to end. There's a limit. They are not renewable. They are non-renewable energy. So I think the future fuels, especially the young people who are here, when you reach our age, in the 50s and 60s of your lifetime, you will realize the importance of the biofuels, the importance of being entrepreneurial. In fact, the Karnataka government, I'm proud to say, has given a lot of support to the biofuel program. In fact, our Karnataka model of the biofuel program, right from the feedstock. When we say biofuel, it is, we go after the raw material available in nature. It could be any oil seed, Pongemia, Simaruba. In the coastal areas, I think some of you may be aware of Surahonne or Neem. So we are looking at feedstock, we're involving farmers, we are stressing on livelihood issues. Then we're talking of oil expellers, where the oil is expelled, and that oil after trans esterification becomes the biodiesel. Similarly, you have another protocol for ethanol, bioethanol. See, now the ethanol comes only through the molasses route. And I don't know if you know, from the last 2-3 years, as per a mandate of the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas, the petrol you and I buy today is already blended with 5% ethanol. And we are already moving towards a 10% blending of ethanol. This blending not only helps in extending the life of the fossil fuels, but also introduces the component of environment-friendly fuel. In fact, and also people talk of costs. The cost of 1 liter of biodiesel is definitely, as on today, much lesser than the diesel which you and buy in the petrol pumps. In fact, on August 10th, which happens to be the International Biofuel Day, I must narrate a small story. You are familiar with the word diesel. Diesel is actually a proper name. It was the name of a German entrepreneur, again, not a big scientist, who ran an engine in the 19th century using groundnut oil. And that's how that fuel name diesel got from his own surname. In fact, he predicted in the 1890s when he ran the engine, he said the fossil fuels are going to get depleted, and then as long as sun, moon and the earth are there, that means what he meant was you can get all these fuels from nature. So today we have reached a stage where it's no longer just fashionable to talk of renewable energy. See, when we talk of renewables, we talk of the solar, we are talking of the wind. But when it comes to liquid fuels, it has to be the biofuel, biodiesel, bioethanol. A lot of interesting R&D work is going on. Now the board is bent on scaling up. In fact, we have established 33 information and demonstration centers in the state of Karnataka, where we have established a capacity of every day you can produce 100 liters of biodiesel. In fact, in Dakshin Kannada district, we have set up one in the NITK Surathkal. There is one in Nitte at Udupi district. So there we demonstrate to the, not only to the farmer, give him information how to grow these biofuel plants or Pongemia or Simaruba or Surohonne plants. We also demonstrate to an entrepreneur how he can set up a small biodiesel plant, which also helps in his livelihood. And please don't forget, 80% of our crude we are importing, and we are paying a huge foreign exchange bill, at the national level. And our much, valuable resources are being lost. So even if you do 5%, if you can save, I hope you understand the whole, the issues before you, that this is this kind of approach towards, production of your own fuel. I'm also talking of meeting rural energy needs. See, on the one hand you can have these huge biodiesel manufacturing units, bioethanol units, but we can also have in a village, the farmer produces his own non-edible oil seeds. I'm stressing on the word non-edible because the board is very clear. We do not want to get into a debate between food versus energy. In fact, we're very clear on that. We say food is or energy is as important as food. So that is the mantra with which the board has gone ahead. In fact, our Karnataka model has been appreciated at the national and the international level. The International Council for Research in Agroforestry and the International Fund for Agriculture Development, both are United Nations organizations. We have signed an MOU with these organizations, and they're ready to contribute a kind of a soft loan up to $50 million to the board. The papers are being processed at the government level. So a lot of push is given to biofuels, both right from the farmers up to the entrepreneur. And I'm happy to note that the KSCST has sanctioned nearly 50 projects during 2014-15. And right from whether it is a taxonomic issue about how to grow plants, how to set up the trans-esterification unit, any chemistry pertaining to the biodiesel, or any engineering aspect. So it's a highly interdisciplinary issue, the issue of biofuels. So I'm happy to be talking to you about it because the future generation is sitting before us. And the issues, these are all issues they must be aware of. And this is also an opportunity for you to become an entrepreneur, to set up the micro oil expeller units. It could be in a district or a sub-district level, or to set up a biodiesel unit, contribute your might to the renewable sector. In fact, the Hatti Gold Mines, of which I am also the MD, we have set up a 500 litre per day biodiesel production plant, and we have started blending up to 10% biodiesel in diesel. In fact, on August 10th, I didn't complete that story, International Biofuel Day, our former chairman of the Biofuel Board, who is now the chairman of the working group of biofuels at the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas, Mr. Y.B. Ramakrishna, they inaugurated at 5 places in India the B10. It's B10 is biodiesel up to 10% blended diesel are being sold in petrol bunks. So the biofuels have already arrived. It is for us to take it forward. And I think even a dynamic or a wonderful place like Sahyadri College, I would suggest to the chairman, set up your own biodiesel plant, do the blending for all the vehicles of your college. You can be reliant and contribute, to bring down the emission of greenhouse gases, the climate change issues. So we may think sitting in a college, or I'm a student or my teacher, what can I do? When each of us think and act, we contribute a lot to the climate change issues, which are getting more and more complex at the international level. So anyway, it's wonderful to be among young minds, among scientists, and government is trying to support such things happening, the student projects, whether it could be in the biofuel sector or any other sector, but independent colleges like Sahyadri and all such institutions in the state and the country should come more and more forward to not only, inculcate a spirit of enterprise and entrepreneurship, but also contribute to the national economy. I am extremely thankful to the KSCST and the Sahyadri College of Engineering and Management for having given me this opportunity to address the gathering here. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for inspiring us.